Alright?
Get started.
Right? Shalom. First off, I'd like to give an all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekah, Give honor to the apostles, the great millstone, who rule well, who continue to teach us this truth. Right? And salutations to you, Akim, out there doing the work of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai sincerely. Alright? We the Hebrew Israelites, and we're coming in week and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked, sinful kingdom known as America. All right? And we're here to notify, all right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and the people that descend from them, that you are the Lord's chosen people. All right? And it is a time to wake up. Because just how you think that, oh, because it's summertime and the weather's nice, it's time to party and bullshit, guess what? Current events and these prophecies are popping off, man. All right? The so-called white man's kingdom is coming to an end. All right? And it's going to come to an end in the hands of who? It's gonna come to an end in the hands of Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right?
Sorry, can I get Revelation 1 and 7? 1 verse 7. Yeah, because the Lord is coming back to bring down judgment and gather the elect. Save the elect. Right?
This is Revelation chapter 1. Verse 7, behold, he cometh with clouds.
The scripture say, behold, he cometh with clouds. Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. His name is Yahushua. He's coming with clouds. And those clouds are not actual clouds. They are ships. What the world calls UFOs, but they're known as the chariots in the scriptures.
It says, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him.
Yeah, every eye gonna see him. The blind gonna see him. Every living soul on the earth is gonna see the Lord when he returns. With the chariots on the ship, on the main ship with the angels.
That's right.
That's why you have your military and your higher up elites. They know what's going on. So they preparing for that day of the Lord. Right?
That's right. It says, and they also which pierced him.
And the Roman centurions that pierced the Lord when he was on the cross. So this shows reincarnation. So those men 2,000 years ago, they're alive to this day.
And it
because they're reincarnated. They came back multiple times.
That's right. And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so.
Yeah, they're going to be afraid. Even the men of the Lord gonna be afraid. Men are gonna drop dead some men gonna drop dead when they see the Lord.
It says, even so Tawab.
That's right. Yo, look, you got the lady about to pass out around the corner. That's how we had to move over here. You got the EMS. Oh yeah, it's for her, yeah. Yeah, you're right. So as soon as they scoop her ass up, we're gonna go back over there. Alright, so yeah, you got it.
This is Isaiah, not this. This is Isaiah chapter 63, verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra?
Who is this that comes from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? That's the Lord. And the dyed garments meaning that it's symbolic, so it's going to be a lot of bloodshed. The Lord is taking all the crowns of these nations. The elites of these nations, He's coming to take their rulership away. And there's going to be a lot of bloodshed. He's not going to really get blood on his garment, but that's symbolic. Basra. This is modern day Basra, America.
It says, this that is glorious in his apparel.
Yeah, because the Lord is coming with his full strength, with an aura around him, and with that spiritual power, he's going to come in and he's coming in full power. Not as a man.
He said, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Greatness of his strength. He's going to be standing on the main ship, what the world calls ship, the main chariot, with the angels.
I that speak in righteousness, mighty to say. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel?
Red in thine apparel, because the Lord is going to put sentence of death. Alright?
It says, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat.
Because he's killing all the armies of military arsenal when they armies is killing them instantly. Then the other people on land is killing their water. So it's going to be a lot of bloodshed. The Lord's going to put a lot of floods and a lot of people to death. Mainly in America. Because America was built on blood. Blood of who? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Blood was shed here. In America, that's how this place was established. Hardcore slavery and bloodshed.
That's right. It says, I have trodden in the winepress alone.
Yeah, the Lord tried in the winepress alone. You know how they used to stomp grapes in the ancient world to make wine? And the blood of the grapes, you know, the juice got all on the garments. But the grapes are symbolic to the people.
That's right.
They're going to be beaten, but really they're going to be beating the powder.
That's right. And of the people there was none with me.
There was none. So it's the Lord's might. The Lord, the ruler always takes credit for the battle.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
You know the Lord's going to be with the angels, but it's all on the Lord's. It's the Lord's battle.
That's right.
It's a hierarchy.
That's right. It says, I have trodden in the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me.
There was none with him. So the Lord is coming back to bloodshed and to deliver the elect.
Right.
But the majority of people will be put to death.
That's right.
And the remaining, that's not a part of the nation of Israel in the captivity.
For I will tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury.
So why is this? Tread them and trample them in his fury. So the Lord is going to plead with all flesh with fire. So why isn't these scriptures mentioned in church? That the Lord is coming back to destroy. Why isn't this gruesomeness mentioned, thermonuclear destruction mentioned in the churches?
Right.
Why? Because they sold out.
That's right. It says, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment.
So that means that's symbolic to the Lord is going to commit mass murder.
That's right.
You know what I mean? On the planet.
That's right. It says, verse 4. This is Isaiah chapter 63, verse 4. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come.
That's right. So vengeance is of the Lord. And he's angry. Because a day to the Lord is 1,000 years to us. So really the Lord still has that full anger from when he said 2,000 years ago.
That's right.
That anger never left. You see how our anger it shifts. We have highs and lows, but we still angry. But the Lord got that full anger and never left. The Most High anger never left.
That's right. God, I'm gonna get this scripture in on Isaiah when the brother comes back. He's just checking if we can secure our spot back.
Yeah, we can roll.
All right, so
Yeah, so you know, we here because
I got this.
So basically the Lord going to destroy America. And America is known as Babylon the Great in the Bible. All right, Babel, great confusion. All right, and there's nothing but confusion here in America. What is the confusion? The turning the things upside down. Who's supposed to be in rulership? The Lord's people supposed to be in rulership. The women are not supposed to be in rulership. Children are supposed to be obedient. They're not supposed to buck up. Homosexuality, that should be a sentence for death. All right? That's the way how things are. That's the Most High's laws. Who's the Most High? Yahweh. Who is his son? Yahweh Shai. That's who the world calls God or the Most High or Jesus Christ. All right?
Good? Should I
Yeah.
move up a little bit, or are you gonna stay?
I think we good. Yeah, so that's what we here for, to prophesy the downfall of America, man. Also Israel over there, because that's not the Lord's people. And we don't care who we offend out here because we just doing our job.
This is Isaiah chapter 66. I'm going to start at 15. The point is at 16. It says, "For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind."
The Lord is coming with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind. The Lord's spirit is going to be on them intercontinental ballistic missiles. A whirlwind is destructive. Chariots, they're deliverance and they're destructive. And they also the curse that's throughout the earth on Esau. So the Lord is coming back destructive. A whirlwind is destructive. A tornado is destructive.
He says, to render his anger and fury and his rebuke with flames of fire.
And his rebuke and his render with anger and rebuke with flames of fire. Fire. The first death was water. The second death will be fire. Thermonuclear fire. Concentrated fire from the Lord from those chariots. So fire is going to cleanse this place, America. It's going to judge this place. And it's going to cleanse the earth.
This is verse 16. It says, "For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh."
That's how the Lord is going to plead with flesh. So talking is done. The Lord talked when he was here 2,000 years ago. The talking is going to be deliverance and destruction. The talking is going to be destruction. There's no peace treaty. There's no negotiation. The men of the Lord, we're out here talking. We're doing the talking. We're doing the preaching.
Doing the pleading.
And the pleading for who? Starting with the elected nation of Israel. And 2/3 got to hear the word too, so they don't have any excuse.
It says, "And the slain of the Lord shall be many."
The slain of the Lord shall be many. That's what's talking about. That bloodshed, that garments and blood. That's symbolic to the bloodshed the Lord going to do. He's going to commit on this earth. Because Esau only understood destruction and anger and fear. He ruled the nations in anger. He didn't let up. He was cruel. So that's the only way he's going to be thrown out of power and his descendants thrown into slavery. A harsh punishment in slavery, man. That's what these people recognize. That's the token. Esau recognized violence. Who is Esau, the so-called white man? These Caucasians. I'm saying Esau because we got Israelite foreigners that look like the other nations. We got Israelite foreigners that look like Khazars. We got Israelite foreigners that look like Edomites, that look like Hamites. That's scattered throughout the earth.
This is Matthew.
We also got tares, man. That's in the different nations in Israel. That's tares. They're not really Israelites, man.
This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth."
Yeah, the Lord hasn't come to send peace on earth. Why? Because that's constantly promoted through Hollywood movies and these churches and these false religious groups. Well, the Lord is not coming to send peace on earth. The Lord is a man of war. In Exodus,
It says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword."
the Lord didn't come to send peace on earth. He came to send a sword. He was peaceful 2,000 years ago. This return is going to be dreadful.
Verse 35, it says, "For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother."
So the Lord is stirring up emotions and confusion within the family. Like people are going to be at war with each other, man. At odds. We ain't in time of getting together. We not in peacetime. We're in wartime. Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter. What is it? The 7th verse. It's a time of war. When you get the chance got to Revelation 9, like with the the horsemen, the missiles.
Let me finish this off and I'll grab it. It says, for I am come to set men at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother.
So a man is not in the variance with his father, and a mother and a daughter is not getting along.
And the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
And the daughter-in-law against the mother-in-law. So this ain't we in the time of family time, man.
And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
Man's foes are theirs of his own household. Prophets in the truth, different camps at odds with each other. All right? And so forth. In the household. So this is how. So basically we're not in peacetime right now.
This is Revelation chapter 9. I'm going to start at 15.
Technically, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. We haven't been at peacetime. You talking about the nation of Israel or just America? Well, I start with the American citizens, all right? Let's rule out the tribes, just here alone. The government issued war on its citizens. The Bilderberg 1954 meeting they had. That basically, they had an economic war on the people of America and worldwide. On the economic level, right? So there hasn't been peace. Got it.
Let me get this real quick this is from Translational Not Live. All right, it says the U.S. has been at war 225 out of the 243 years since 1776.
See, look at that. So there's been constantly wartime. So we've been in a state of war. All right? There's no peace.
Let's see what percentage is that.
But see, the people been asleep because they've been entertained during the whole time.
That's right. That's 92%. That's 92%. So 92% of the time, this country has been in war, man.
Campaigning. That's how they campaign the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
When they go to do their campaign, they go in to conquer. Flood, a war.
That's right. But the Lord's going to bring that slaughter onto the so-called white man.
That's right.
Starting with the American white man, right?
Yeah.
All right? The leaders of this country, all right? The shadow leaders of this country, man. The bankers, all right?
Yeah.
Those 13 families that rule the world. The
Yep.
Lord, the elites, the Lord is coming for you, man.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to escape that judgment.
Yeah. Go hide in your bunkers. That's out of this country.
I got it in Revelation. This is Revelation chapter 9. I'm gonna start at 14. It says, saying to the sixth angel which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates.
Yeah, the angels are bound in the great river Euphrates here in the Middle East. They're holding back the destruction to the elect of the nation of Israel itself. So the winds of destruction is held back for a certain time. Because we know the Lord ruleth in the kingdom of men, and he's using the angels to work the mind of these rulers of these nations, gearing them for war. But the set destruction is held back until the elect is sealed.
Verse 15. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the third part of men.
So they was prepared to slay the third part of men. All right, you have sons of the Most High, you have the sons of men, and you have the sons of the wicked. The sons of wicked is who? The so-called white man, Esau. Malachi 1 and 4, right?
It says, verse 16, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000.
That horsemen were not actual horsemen. That's pertaining to missiles or warheads, intercontinental ballistic missiles. 200 million of them. Horse represents power. Those horses, which are missiles, they're moving with power. Power propels them. All right, and they also They represent soldiers and vehicles because they're propelled to go from one continent to the next, one part of the world to the next.
Just like soldiers do.
Just like soldiers do. And they're in battle formation and they're not going to break their rank. Why? Because the Lord's Spirit going to be on them also.
That's right. This is verse 16. It says, "And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them."
That's 200 million intercontinental ballistic missiles or warheads.
It says, "And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire,
All right.
and of jacinth and brimstone."
Breastplates of fire, jacinth, and brimstone. Now those things, when they glitter in the sky when they're coming down the atmosphere. They got an orange glow to it, orange, reddish color. It's that breastplates of fire. So you got the thermonuclear fire in the warheads and in the tails, which propel the missile.
It says, "And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire and jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as heads of lions."
The heads of the horses were as heads of lions, because the lion's power is in his head or in his jaw. So the power of the missiles is in the warhead, in the head.
It says, "And out of their mouths issued fire."
Keep saying out of their mouths. Man, this ain't talking about no horse with a lion's head that's blowing fire out, man. You gotta listen. You're symbolic. It's poetic. It's a dark saying. It's a parable. You gotta understand it. It's talking about nuclear warheads.
It says, "And out their mouths issued fire."
That's the fire of the warheads and nuclear missiles.
"And smoke and brimstone."
And smoke and brimstone. All right, because when they shot out, they move like serpents in the air. Those missiles, they do maneuvers in the sky. All right, and the smoke, it got smoke that comes out of the tail. And then the missiles propel because it shot out of the silo. All right.
It says, verse 18. This is Revelation chapter 9, verse 18. "By these was the third part of men killed, by the fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone, which issued out of their mouths."
So the third part of men, is you Caucasians, man, the sons of the wicked. Why is it saying that? Why does scripture say that? Because you are the wicked. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So you're in control of everything that goes on all levels. Economics, law, business, everything. So-called white man is control over it. So the judgment gotta go to the so-called white man, the ultimate judgment.
That's right. Verse 19. "For their power is in their mouth, and in their tails."
In their mouth, where the warhead, the fire that's in the warhead, the nuclear fire, and what else?
"And in their tails."
In their tails. That fire that's in the nuclear missile in the tail, it propels the missile from one continent to the next, one distance to the next.
It says, "For their tails were like unto serpents."
Their tails are like unto serpents. When the missiles are in the air and they're maneuvering, they look like serpents. The smoke in the missile, it look like serpents in the vision.
No, it's not. And then it says, "For their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt."
And with them they do hurt. Why? Because everything ignites at the same temperature. The air, all the elements, the cars, the people, the air, the sky, the ground, the water, all of it turns in the same temperature, that fire, when those missiles detonate. All right? And it turns everything basically into dust, man. Those missiles. It cooks things instantly, man.
That's right. Quick precept. This is All
right? So this is the time we're in right now. We're in a nuclear age, man. Those missiles will be used. They're gonna be used. On a higher level, on the level of the Most High, everything that taking place already.
That's right. This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. All right? It says, but the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night.
The day of the Lord, it comes as a thief in the night. So the Lord, the time when the Lord make his presence, it's not, no one's going to know. A thief doesn't let you know when he's going to rob you. That's how the Lord is going to return. Because if you knew the exact moment, everyone would do what they want and just get their act together within that last week or month. You know?
It says, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise.
The heaven's going to pass away with a great noise. The actual heavens here, I mean, Esau's rulership.
That's right.
This country, Israel, his rulership is going to pass away with a great noise. Thermonuclear destruction.
It says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
And the elements going to melt with fervent heat. Because everything, all the locations, the hot zones where those missiles are supposed to be detonated, they're going to be at temperatures as the surface of the sun, I believe. Like some brothers mentioned. All right? They're going to melt. Elements going to melt with fervent heat, man. Everything in America going to melt at the same temperature, man.
It says, and the elements, okay. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
I mean, everything here in America. Because everything here in America and in the world is made of elements, but America and Israel will be totally destroyed.
It says, and the earth also, and the works that are therein.
The earth also. Certain parts of the earth are going to be scorched. And the works, all the evil deeds.
Right. It says, and the works that are therein shall be burnt up.
Shall be burnt up. Why? Because this kingdom will be done away with. Because it's in wickedness. And the Lord is establishing righteousness. Alright?
This is 2 Ezra, chapter 16, verse 14. I'm going to start at 14.
Okay.
It says, behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again.
The ultimate plagues is thermonuclear destruction. The lesser plagues are global famine, nationwide famine, all right, cannibalism, civil war, nations warring, all right, infrastructure. All these things are leading up to the ultimate destruction, the thermonuclear destruction.
It says, and return not again until they come upon the earth.
So they're not going to return once the sentence was laid out. The judgment, that's it. The Lord doesn't go back on his word. Lord's judgment, that's it.
Verse 15, it says, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth.
Consume the foundation of the earth. So, America and Israel, them nuclear fallout shelters, it doesn't matter because the foundation, it's going to burn the foundation. So that fire gonna go past those underground bunkers, man. All right, the underground cities they got. All that gotta get cleaned up, man. And by cleaned up, I mean with fire. The trash in the ocean floor, that gotta be swept up.
It says, like an arrow which is shot out of a mighty archer, returneth not.
A mighty archer, when they shoot them arrows, man, they cut through the air. They cut through the air with expert precision.
It says, like as an arrow which is shot out of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again.
Plagues are not going to be returned again. The nuclear missiles will not be deflected. There's not going to be any duds. They're going to hit their target.
It says, woe is me, woe is me.
Prophet is saying, woe is me, woe is me. Ezra saying, woe is me, destruction is me. Because he's around at this time in the vision, and he humble. He's like, yo, what am I going to do? Lord willing, I'll be delivered. That's like we say, Lord willing, we be delivered.
It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days?
And who will deliver in those days? Because the unrighteous will scarcely be saved, man. Right there, like I guess when the fire is near. That's scary, you know? That's why I said that all men shall well when the Lord returns. All men shall well when the Lord returns, all right?
It says, verse 18, this is 2 Ezra 16, verse 18. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings.
The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. It's the beginning of sorrows. There's no food. Then you have all this education or whatever. There's no means of getting any food. Money is depleted, is obsolete. Right?
It says, the beginning of famine and great death.
Famine, so there's going to be a nationwide and a global famine. Great death. They're at least planning on starving people out. I don't care how much you got, they're going to pull a plug on this bitch.
Right.
They're going to pull a plug on America, yo. You know what I mean? Yo, look. And it doesn't matter if you own land or whatever, they playing snatching. Those are hot zones, man. Those are hot zones. The rural areas, you got a little time to get away. Maybe a little time. But the rural, those are targets. They know who got what. And they come to take why? Because they season everything.
I mean, even now, right? You got Jake that gets land out there, right? And what does the so-called white man do? As soon as he sees it, eminent domain, all right. And on top of that, I follow some Jake who's he's a rancher. He used to live in the city. I think he used to live here in New York City. He started a ranch out there in the boonies in one of them states, and the cops, along with the people from the neighborhood, killing his cows, killing his cattle. Terrorizing.
Yeah.
Don't want them.
Yeah, because that's what they do. You get robberies or you get mysterious fires happening.
Yep.
To get that area, take that area away from you. You know?
Yeah, but what you said is true too. The so-called government, all right? They're gonna what? Any land that you might have, they can always just eminent domain. Oh, we got a pipeline that's running through there. Oh, we got a special piece of infrastructure that's running through there. Here's a couple dollars. Get out.
Yep, the executive orders talk about shutting off all power, controlling all power, whether it's electricity, water, and relocation program, and the seizure of all private property and land and cattle and all of that people have. They're taking all that under national martial law. They come to seize all those things. And the other countries in the world will follow suit.
That's right.
This is a new world order.
That's right. He says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars and powers, and the power shall stand in fear.
And the power shall stand in fear, man. Those higher up and those on a lower level, man.
It says, the beginning of evils. What shall I do?
Bad times.
It says, what shall I do when these evils shall come?
So the prophet said, what shall he do when these evils shall come? So that's why we're praying and doing the work now. So Lord willing, we be saved. And we still got to come out here regardless to do the work. We're commanded to do it. So, hey, look, man, it's going to happen, man. We saying the same thing because we say the same thing because we believe it. We already know they're going to shut this bitch down, yo. We don't pull a plug. I'm just watching.
And we've been saying the same thing, right from our apostles on down to, elders and teachers, because it's the truth. The truth does not change. Right? The truth does not change.
Yeah.
All right? You can have one of the ways that you can talk to someone and know if they speak lies or not. A lot of people, especially older people, they'll tell you the same story over and over and over and over. And the main facts are going to remain the same.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with the scriptures, man.
Yeah.
Every time we're out here, we're talking, the reason that it sounds like we're saying the same thing is because it's the truth.
Yeah.
This stuff is what's going to happen. Thus saith the scriptures, thus saith the Bible, and thus saith the Lord. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean,
But what if some don't believe?
Yeah, exactly.
All right? But what if some don't believe?
That's right.
Because you're going to have people that don't believe. All right, don't believe it. Regardless of what you say, you guys are bums, y'all don't have money. That doesn't mean America not going to be destroyed and they not going to issue the RFID microchip and deplete the dollar, plummet that bitch.
That's right.
All right? Because that's what's going to happen.
God, you're going to replace it with digital currency.
And you know it.
And that's what you're going to have to use in order for you to be able to buy and sell.
Yeah.
All right, that RFID micro C-hip, as the apostle says. And you know what? Not only will that have your economic information on it, so the government can see what you spend your money on, but guess what? Your medical records, all right? That thing is probably going to be able to record your conversations because it's inside of your body, all right? And on top of that, it's going to give Esau the perfect system for him to implement a social credit system, all right? Where us talking here like this might mean that we might not be able to eat for a couple days.
Yeah.
All right? Because there's going to be some sort of system, a social credit system. You might not even have the chip. But guess what? That's what he's trying to build his infrastructure for. That's why he's going with the AI. All right? With the facial recognition. All right? So that anytime you walk into the store, you might not be able to use your money. Even if you might not have the chip. Because Esau does everything in a process. You might still be able to use your debit card, but guess what? Your debit card declined because the social credit ain't up there in order for you to be able to buy at this particular store.
Yeah.
That's the system that he wants, man, a system of total control. Because ultimately, the so-called white man wants to be as the Lord. He wants to be like God.
Yeah, so, brothers just mentioned, look, man, everything's going digital, man. And these higher up, the lesser, the so-called rich people, 50 million, 100 million, 200 million, 300 million, 500 million. They used to not using tangible wealth no more. They used to just everything being digital in their assets or whatever. They're not liquid. They're not liquid. They're used to that. So they're going to go hook, line, and sinker. They're not going to buck up. They automatically got to keep their position. And the other people, they're gonna be like, yo, man, I gotta make it, I gotta survive, and they're gonna take the shit. And then the others, you have some that at the point of death, they're gonna bitch up when that axe is, when that blade is near their neck, and they're gonna bitch up and take it. All right, and then you're gonna have the men of the Lord, the elect, that's gonna go to the punishment, that's gonna suffer losing their lives. Some of the men of the Lord are going to be protected. Will have spiritual powers or be protected by angels or brothers that do have spiritual powers. And some just got to be martyrs.
That's right. We actually get that. That's a beautiful
All right?
point. Because we know what the price is, man.
Yeah.
The price of rejecting the so-called white man system, it comes with a heavy price. All right? But no price is heavier than taking that micro C-hip and having the Lord, all right, destroy your soul, man. Destroy you, man.
What happens when the soldiers rush in the crib and martial law? It's not going to be like regular police raids, man. You're going to have little kids get crushed by the door. And see now little babies they're walking around. They come through this, knock the door, and the kid is crushed. They might shoot the first two people just so everybody else fall in line, yo. First dude that say, yo, bye. They just hit him to get everybody else in line. That's how I visualize it. Yeah.
Because having the microchip, or having that microchip, isn't going to exempt you from being exposed to the martial law, from being exposed to these raids. Yeah. All right. If anything, it's going to give Esau more dominion over you, because now he knows that you're part of the system.
It's kind of funny. I remember I watched that movie. It was kind of cheesy how they did it. They went off a bit, but it's basically people getting a chip. Basically, some people, it was mandatory. Some people, before it's mandatory, some people got it, then they said it's mandatory. Then the troops then the martial law people start coming after.
Yep.
After the majority of the people got chips. And they have spies telling on people that didn't get the chip.
That's right.
It's one movie I didn't finish, the one with Negan played in, where he wasn't trying to get the chip. Yeah, I ain't watched the whole movie. I gotta see it again.
Let me get the scripture. This is Revelation chapter 20. We'll start at 4. And it says, "And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them." This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 4. "And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua."
And so the souls of them that was beheaded for the
And it says, "And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua."
That's right. So the men of the Lord, it was witness to men of the Lord that was beheaded. All right. But the men of the Lord was rewarded for that. So they died an honorable death for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
It says, "For the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua."
For this truth. For bringing out this truth. Because this is going to be outlawed. Really, it's outlawed, really, but because we're speaking against the government, but they didn't really come in yet.
And it says, "And which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image."
All right, the so-called white man, his order, his New World Order, all get his chip.
It says, "Neither his image, neither had received his mark."
His image, his order, all receive his mark. So those that wasn't with the society, all going to Egypt for help.
It says, "Neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands."
So they get that RFID microchip in their hand, their arm, or in their head.
"And they lived and reigned with Yahushua HaMashiach 1,000 years."
So this talking about the men of the Lord receiving those crowns and reigning with Yahushua. The first fruits of the kingdom. You're receiving the kingdom on the first go round. All right? Governing body of the 1/3. So that's all we out here for, that reward and also fear. Fear the Lord.
This is Psalm chapter 116, verse 15. It says, "Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints."
Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. A man dying for this truth, for the Lord's word. What we doing? We talking against Edomite supremacy. We're talking against the society, Esau's rulership. And that's going to come with a price. Not getting that RFID microchip, which will be mandatory soon. All right? Your so-called rights. You don't have no rights, man. You got birth certificate of social. You don't have no rights. You're a serf. Only the 13 families it stands outside of that without getting that microchip. Oh, and the elected nation of Israel, the truly leader, is not going to get it. But we're only considered the elite on the Lord's, in the Lord's eye, which that's all that matters. We don't care what the world think of us. So what we're doing now is we're foolish.
The Lord said that. The Lord said we're going to be fools for him. We're going to be fools for Yahushua.
America going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction, all right? Y'all should live it up. Hey, have all the barbecues and picnics. Enjoy your time, man. This is your kingdom. Live it up.
You're going into hardcore slavery right after.
All in your time.
That's right. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 17. It says, "For our light affliction, which is but for a moment."
Our light affliction. All the captivities you endured this last captivity here in America. All the tribes endured. It's a light affliction compared to eternity in the kingdom of heaven. This is a moment to eternity. Well, mankind been on the planet for what, 13,000 years or so? That's considered 13 days, man. Compared to eternity.
It says, for a light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
Yeah, so we receive bad on this side and we're going to get good on the next side. And basically, we've been purged. We call hell. And we know both sides of the coin, good and evil. And we know hardship, so we can enjoy the greatness. So we complete. We suffered poverty and then we're going to be wealthy. Beyond measure.
And Lord willing, we're part of the elect. The point of us actually going through, all right, the poverty and going through the hell is so that we can be the most righteous judges we can. Because remember, we're going to be the judges. Lord willing, we're of those men. Lord willing, we're of the elect, man. We're going to be the judges of this world, not of this world, of the nation of Israel and of the kingdom of heaven. All right, we're going to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. All right, and our task is going to be judges, to judge the nations. So how can we be just as judges if we don't know the other side? Yeah. We need to know wickedness to know righteousness. Yeah. All right, and that's the difference between our society. We were talking about this a couple weeks ago. That's the difference between this society and the kingdom of heaven. All right, in this society, you'll have a person who's a judge, right? They'll go, their parents will put them, they'll grow up, going to private schools their whole life. All right, their parents put them through law school. All right, they become judges, and then they over here judging our people, man. Not understanding the circumstances that may have led. 2/3 of our people are definitely wicked, but there are certain circumstances where you need to be able to use a little bit more. You got to be able to use a little better judgment. But these people that don't have that, don't understand, that come from money, that become judges, what do? They're just gonna throw them under the jail, man. Yeah. Throw them under the prison system. But that's why the Lord has made us go through this, so that we can know the wicked, then we're gonna know the righteous, and then we're gonna be perfect judges. We're gonna be perfect in that time. Yep. It says, this is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
Far more exceeding eternal weight of glory. So the kingdom of heaven, man, that's our home. So we ain't worrying about nothing. We know what's after this kingdom, man. This is it. No more slavery for us. This is the last go.
That's right.
And that sentence is almost over.
That's right. It says, verse 18, while we look not at the things which are seen.
Yeah, we don't look at the things that's seen. It's temporal. You know what I mean? It's temporal. All this is a life is a vapor. This rulership is temporal. You're looking for the kingdom, man.
It says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen.
Yeah, we look at the things that's not seen. And to do that, you gotta have spiritual gifts and faith, which is a gift. All right, to have that faith that you are an Israelite. That Lord willing, we be delivered, or we're protected when we go out. That everything's going to be all right. Okay? All right, come. Take your time.
It says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen.
Yeah, we look at the things not seen, man. We look at the things that's not seen. We know the spiritual controls the physical. We're not carnal. We look at the things not seen. This kingdom is temporal. This life is temporal.
It says, for the things which are seen are temporal.
Things that are seen are temporal. Even though not all are going to die on this side, some is going to live through to the Lord coming. But We look for the things that are not that's not seen.
It says, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
Things that are not seen are eternal. The Lord delivering the nation of Israel, starting with the elect, putting crowns on their head.
I was just about to get that.
All right? We look forward to that, Lord willing. We look forward to the things that are not seen. I believe so. So we look for the things that are not seen. That's our hope. Because we know this place gotta go. This man is the statue is on his toes now, man. All right? Iron and clay, man. In this kingdom right now with NATO and the EU, the revival of the Roman Empire, America's part of NATO. It's a revival of the Roman Empire. What they call it the Treaty of Rome, right? Some people call it the Club of Rome. It was Treaty of Rome.
It's just a reincarnation of the Roman Empire.
And they know it.
You know it, and their architecture tells you.
Yeah.
And their political systems tell you. You know, they have a Senate, all right? So-called House, all right? They have a two-party system,
Yeah.
and their architecture tells you, man. They
Yeah.
have those pillars of white,
Yeah.
just as the Romans did.
It's like the Roman Empire, man.
That's right.
And I think the Treasury building in Rome, it's exactly like the Treasury here in America. U.S. Treasury.
So your gig is up. All right, the so-called white man's gig is up, man. He's gonna be destroyed. So like the brother was saying earlier, man, live it up. So all these so-called white people out here, man, from the common white person to the elite, live it up.
Yeah.
Because the kingdom of heaven, all right, is not gonna be a good kingdom for you. All right? You're going to have our nation, the nation of Israel as a whole, all right, in rulership. And then you're going to have the elect of the nation of Israel, all right, as judges. And Yahweh Shai as the king, man. Or as the supreme ruler. And guess what? You're going to be put to death, man. You're going to be put in slavery. You're going to be destroyed ultimately, man.
Yeah.
This is one of the things that are not seen that we're looking forward to, man. A beautiful moment. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 2, and it's a bit long. I'm gonna start at 35. It says, "Be ready to the reward of the kingdom."
Be ready to the reward of the kingdom. What's that kingdom? Kingdom of heaven. Under the rule of Yahweh Shai. The Lord willing with joint ears.
It says, "For the everlasting light shall shine upon you evermore."
Everlasting light shall shine upon you evermore. Of course. Wisdom causes a man's face to shine. We're not going to go off anymore. The Lord's going to be programmed in our mind. We're going to have a fleshly heart instead of a stony heart. So we're going to be immortal. We're going to have a glow, an aura. We're going to literally glow. We're going to glow like stones, man. Like you know, precious stones when the sun hit them.
Like a jade.
Now that regular glow to us. Lord willing.
That's right. We're one of those men, man. It says, "Be ready to the reward of the kingdom, for the everlasting light shall shine upon you forevermore."
Everlasting light, yeah.
It says, "Flee the shadow of this world."
Flee the shadow of this world. So everything in this world, we're not supposed to be mentally and spiritually engulfed in it. It's not supposed to be our all, man.
It says, "Receive the joyfulness of your glory. I testify my Savior openly."
That's right. That's what we're doing. We're testifying Yahweh Shai. We're promoting Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai, He is the deliverer. Yahweh, He exists. That's who the world calls God and Jesus Christ. All right? We promote those names, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai.
It says, "Oh, receive the gift that is given you, and be glad, giving thanks unto him that hath called you to the heavenly kingdom."
Give thanks to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right?
Verse 38, "Arise and stand. Behold the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord, which are departed from the shadow of the world, and have received glorious garments of the Lord."
That's right, the robe of righteousness. Righteousness, those garments. All right?
It says, "Take thy number, O Zion, and shut up."
Zion, monument. Zion.
It says, "And shut up those of thine which are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Lord."
Fulfill the Lord of Lord. So that's the whole duty of man, is to keep the commandments. All right, that's what we're supposed to do.
Let me get to the
All right,
part
come on.
where Yahushua crowns us. Mess up,
All right, got it.
It says, "Take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Lord."
And the elect is going to fulfill the Lord of Lord. Lord willing, we the elect.
It says, "The number of thy children, whom thou longest for, is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Lord, that thy people, which have been called from the beginning."
From the beginning. So the elect was in the beginning with the Lord and the other angels constructing the universe. Because the Most High Yahweh gave Yahweh Shai the blueprint. And Yahweh Shai with the blueprint evolved the elect to create the universe. And the stars and the things you see here on earth.
"Which have been called from the beginning,
From
may
the
be
beginning.
hallowed."
And they be hallowed, made holy.
It says, verse 42, "I, Ezra, saw upon Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs."
They all praise the Lord with songs, man. And all right praises. That song, this is a song right here, the scriptures. Well, they praise the Lord, the elect.
And in the midst of them was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest.
So this one man was a high stature, taller than all the rest. That man is who the world calls Jesus Christ. His name is Yahweh Shai.
It says, "And upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was..."
So the Lord coronated the elect. He put crowns on their heads. Man, it don't get greater than that. The Lord coronating the elect, putting crowns on their heads.
It says, "And was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly."
He's more exalted, yeah, because Yahweh put Yahweh Shai above all the creation.
So I asked the angel and said, "Sir, what are these?" He answered and said unto me, "These be they that have put off the mortal clothing."
The mortal clothes in this life, this carnal life, and put on the immortal.
That they have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Confess the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So the elect promoted the name throughout the earth. And wasn't ashamed of it, didn't hide it.
It says, "And have confessed the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Now are they crowned and have received palms."
Now they're crowned and receive palms, man. So the elect was coronated, man. That's the governing body of the nation of Israel.
It says, "Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them?"
So he asks, what young person is this that crown of all these men?
"And giveth them palms in their hands." So he answered and said unto me, "It is the Son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world."
It's the Son of Yahweh, who have they confessed in the world. So Yahweh Shai was confessed by the elect. And in return, the elect was coronated with crowns, got crowns. They were crowned.
And it says, so he answered and said unto me, it is the son of Yahweh, who they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord.
And then elect stood stiffly, meaning through all the weather, through all the poverty, through the slander, through the times of losing your life, near-death experience, those men stood tall.
It says, verse 48, it says, then the angel said unto me, go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord, thy power thou hast seen.
That's right. So Ezra promoted and he preached what he saw, and now we're doing the same thing.
Right.
All right. So that shows his work. Now read on.
That's right.
All right. So with that, we'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Apakadosh. Double honor to our apostles, our elders, our bishops, and honor to Akim, which is true father sincerity, week in and week out. All right, shalom. Till next time.
Shalom.